Hello, Jared and I are going to be reflecting on what we learned from the guest speakers who visited our auditing class this semester. For me, a major eye-opener was how sustainability reporting has changed. It used to just be a nice marketing piece in annual reports, but now it's becoming a strict legal mandate. The presenters talked about a 4-year timeline where it shifts from a limited assurance to reasonable assurance. That means by year 4, auditors must be as confident about a company's climate data as they are about financial numbers. It really makes me think about how much auditing framework is expanding and bringing more judgment into our future roles.
We started talking about how deep this goes, and I actually asked the presenters on the auditability of a high emission company and if they could just hide their dirty operations inside a separate subsidiary to protect their brand and or offset their own impacts and issues further up the supply chain to offset scrutiny on their entity. The answer was a clear no. The law forces the whole corporate group to report everything together, including the supply chain effects and encapsulated carbon present within. This includes the energy that is included in the process involved in the business, products, and from each stage of the circular economy. This is a clear indication of the overall general shift in industry and a moving towards greater transparency that businesses now must undertake and understand about their business. This will go a long way to bridge the gap between our understanding of sustainability and the true financial impact this has on society at large. Capturing these costs is the first step. This has taught us that future auditors, we can't just look at surface level files. We will have to take a holistic approach and use real professional skepticism to see the whole picture and make sure nothing is being obscured.
That focus on the entire supply chain really made me think about technology. While automation software is great for clearing out routine grunt work, I asked a question in class about the massive carbon footprint of running these heavy AI tools. It was fascinating to learn that data center energy usage is actually caught under Scope 3 of the reporting rules. It made me reflect on how interconnected everything is. Even the technology we use to check carbon has its own footprint to account for.
This has brought us to the real world consequences of the job, the implications that auditing has, and the responsibility to ensure compliance across the board from companies and to bridge the gap in collaboration on different industries. We have looked at case studies where basic revenue errors on maintenance contracts has caused company stock prices to plummet. The future effects that this kind of corporate governance and disclosures will have on investing in the stock market as it becomes widely adopted will be telling. Plus, regulators are now beginning to collect the necessary data and powers to directly penalize corporate directors legally for their misdealings regarding sustainability and inaccurate disclosures. When asked the presenters how the industry feels about all this extra pressure and the widening scope of the auditing job, they said it actually makes the work much more exciting because it proves the data that we check truly matters to society and that the skill set of the auditor is required to evolve, acting as much more a multidisciplinary profession, requiring a different understanding of the many different things and sources that our clients will undertake, from financial science, engineering, and governance.
Ultimately, we learned that while automated data tools are amazing, emails can't replace being physically present.